The morning sun shimmered over Maplewood Estates, a quiet, gated community where perfection was policed by paranoia. But on this day, that peace shattered the moment Karen Whitfield, head of the HOA committee, spotted a black Ford F-250 parked near her manicured rose garden. She squinted, jaw tightening. "That truck doesn't belong here," she muttered, gripping her clipboard. Across the street, Darius Cole, a broad-shouldered man in a faded gray hoodie, was unloading tools from the bed of the truck. He'd just come home from a 48-hour SWAT rotation. His hands were steady, movements methodical, but his eyes sharp and wary told stories of nights spent facing danger so others wouldn't have to. Karen saw only what she wanted to see. She dialed her phone with a sneer. "I'm calling the HOA police. Let's see how tough he acts when they show up. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're rewatching from. I love knowing who is listening." Minutes later, two men in unmarked uniforms arrived in a tow truck, fake badges glinting under the morning sun. Karen stood proudly beside them, barking orders like she owned the street. "That's the one," she said, pointing at Darius's truck. "He's not on our resident list, probably squatting." Darius turned, brow furrowed. "Ma'am, that's my truck. I live here, Unit 1-B. She laughed sharply. "Don't lie to me. I've been on the HOA board for 12 years. I know every real homeowner here." The so-called officers approached, one holding a clipboard, the other unhooking chains. "Sir, step aside." But something about their posture, the hesitation, the way their hands hovered near their belts without standard gear made Darius's instincts flare. He'd seen real authority. This wasn't it. "Where's your jurisdiction?" he asked calmly, eyes narrowing. "HOA Enforcement Division," one man blurted. Darius almost smiled. "That's not a real thing." The second man bristled. "Back off, buddy. We'll tow it anyway." Karen folded her arms smugly. "Do it!" "It's been parking that eyesore here for weeks." Inside, Darius felt the familiar tightening of restraint, the same control that had kept him alive through chaos. He didn't raise his voice, didn't threaten. He simply reached into his back pocket, pulling out his wallet. From it, he unfolded a worn badge reel, heavy and gleaming under the light. "SWAT Division, City Tactical Response Unit," he said quietly. "And this is my house." The silence that followed could have swallowed the street whole. Karen's face paled. "You're a cop?" Darius's gaze didn't waver. "No, ma'am. The one they call when the cops can't get through the door." The fake officers froze, eyes darting toward the exit. Darius stepped closer, voice calm but iron-hard. "You don't mind telling me who you're really with?" One stammered. "We were hired by the HOA. She said we could impound." He cut them off. "You forged authority and entered private property under false pretenses. That's impersonation of law enforcement." Karen stepped back. "I didn't know," they said. Darius turned toward her slowly. "You didn't care." Within minutes, real police sirens echoed down the street, neighbors peeking from windows, whispers spreading like wildfire. The fake HOA cops were handcuffed, faces pressed against their own tow truck. Karen tried to explain herself, words tumbling out between tears. "I was just protecting the neighborhood. You have to understand," but no one did, because the truth was plain for everyone to see. Sheedy judged a man not by his actions, but by his skin and his truck. Later that afternoon, Darius sat on his porch, watching the tow truck disappear down the road, this time with the impostors inside. He sighed, exhaustion weighing heavy. He hadn't wanted a confrontation. He just wanted peace. A small voice broke the silence. "Mr. Cole?" It was Ella, the little girl from next door. She held a Dronja big truck under a smiling sun. "My mom said you're a hero. Is it true?" Darius chuckled softly. "I'm just someone who doesn't back down when it matters." She handed him the drawing. "Then you're a hero to me." Across the street, Karen's house was quiet. Her husband had come home hours later to find her shaken, reputation in tatters. The HOA board voted her out that evening, unanimous decision. For the first time, Karen realized what her rules had cost her, the trust of everyone she lorded over. She watched from her window as Darius helped Ella fix her bike, patience and kindness in every gesture. A pang of guilt hit her chest, sharp and unfamiliar. She thought she'd never face him again. She was wrong. A few weeks later, the HOA hosted a neighborhood safety seminar. Darius was the guest speaker. When Karen walked in, she couldn't meet his eyes, but he greeted her anyway. "Glad you could make it," he said simply. Her voice was barely a whisper. "For everything," he nodded once. "Just make sure the next person doesn't go through what I did." And in that quiet moment, the entire community shifted, not through confrontation, but through understanding. That night, as the streetlights flickered on, Darius looked at his truck gleaming under the glow and touched, unjudged, finally home. He smiled faintly, the tension in his shoulders fading, because strength isn't proven by power, it's revealed in how you use it. And as the crickets sang through the calm night air, one truth lingered. Sometimes the toughest battles aren't fought on the streets, but in the hearts of those who need to change. If this story hit you deep, tell me where you were watching from, and what you would have done if you were in Darius's shoes. Subscribe to Cinematic Whispers for more stories that prove justice, don't need noise, just courage.